What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering from a undisclosed location. What I can say is right outside the window I'm staring at a picturesque snow-covered mountain landscape, if that gives you any indication where I might be. And I've got a pretty huge announcement coming later today, so you're going to want to make sure that you hit that red subscribe button down below. But I've got a job to do. Of course, I don't have anyone else to fill in for me. So interesting new news coming out of the incident that happened in Arizona that involved Mr. AB, we'll call him, because, well, you know how that goes. And we have a confession, and this armor has a history of being absolutely terrible at their job. This is mismanagement from the top down that I can only imagine would reflect on the production's executive producer, Mr. AB, or maybe the person who had the thing in their hand, Mr. AB. Now, I am still unsure if we're going to see any kind of movement from the local PD there on this. One would think that certainly a reckless type ticket or charge might come through, but this as a new petition is circling to ban real things, real props, we'll say, from sets. One thing I thought that was particularly disrespectful about this is it basically erases what happened to Brandon Lee. If you're not old enough to remember, look up what happened to Brandon Lee on the set of the movie The Crow. Time to ban the use of real props on the set and demand better crew working conditions. Why not just also ask for ice cream breaks and regular massages? And this is just a dumb petition started by somebody, but of course Hollywood actors and actresses are going out of their way to share it. On October 21st, obviously we know what happened. They're calling it Helena's Law, is what some of these Hollywood people are saying. Really should be called Brandon's, to be fair. About 70,000 people have signed this. I don't imagine that, these things never really do anything. They're fun to talk about, but they don't really actually make any real change. What's more interesting to me is not only do we have a confession today, but we also have a previous incident in which a furious Nicolas Cage stormed off set in a film where one that loaded this particular one was in charge of the props. So you have a person who people keep calling a rookie, but I'm actually starting to suspect that they're not a rookie. They're just terrible at their job, because obviously they're working with AB and they've worked with Nicolas Cage. I mean, that's a pretty high profile list of people to have worked with as a rookie. I mean, gosh, I can look out on the street right now where I am and find 20 people who look like they'd be able to do a better job. A furious Nicolas Cage stormed off the set of a film where he was in charge of the props and ripped the new rookie armor for discharging without warning, crew members said in a new report. So I wonder, if with this purple-haired blonde was in a position that they were woefully under skilled for, but maybe they had the right politics. Now, normally I don't want to say you can judge somebody by their haircut, but it's certainly an indicator that's been more right than wrong to me. Just like the poisonous frogs in nature, the brightly colored things are generally dangerous. Nick Cage even walked off set screaming after she discharged without warning, "Make an announcement! You blew my effing eardrums out," Cage yelled before walking off in a rage. Bromba even told the assistant director of the armor she needs to go, he recalled. "After the second round, I was very mad. We were moving too fast. She's a rookie," he said, saying that it was only after complaining that he found out that it was the key crew member's first movie in charge of these things. Brumbaugh detailed a series of complaints that were made about her, including that she walked onto the set with live rounds without announcing it to the cast or crew. This person has a history of doing this. Another crew member who spoke on the condition of anonymity confirmed the concerns. They, quote, put the cast and crew in several unnecessary and dangerous situations, the unidentified crew member told The Wrap, before everything obviously happened this way. You know what's interesting to me is, how is there not, I mean, I don't know what it's like where you live, okay? I mean, I live in Wisconsin where we have, you know, I would say people are pretty familiar with the pew pews. Is there not an expert that you can just pay to be on set? I mean, this job to me, and I don't want to be like that dismissive, and maybe there's something to it that I don't understand, but this job seems extraordinarily simple. My Uber driver today, who I was talking to about it, he asked me, he said, how the heck did that happen? And I said, I don't know. It's literally the only job you have. As producers refuse to bring more experienced people because their rates are higher, they demand we take our time, and producers don't want to pay for it. So they hire a newbie who's energetic and wants the job and will do it with less people, he said. More than her inexperience, he believes the problems on the film was that she didn't have to help. He echoed complaints from experienced crew members. She was doing everything, or she didn't have help. She was doing everything by herself in that movie and on the other movie. So why is this difficult? You have these things that you're supposed to look over. You have blanks and obviously no live rounds anywhere. And then someone says, bring me this thing. You bring them that thing. We have this extraordinarily low standard for people in Hollywood, apparently. She's also refusing to enter any kind of comments, and neither the assistant for The Old Way nor reps for Cage responded to comments about the first blow-up. One unidentified producer on the movie said, however, insists that they had no such recollection of the events the Grip mentioned, insisting they were being blown out of proportion. Yeah, protect the person. That makes sense. You definitely want to protect the person that just, so they keep working. Like, in my opinion, there's 0% chance that this person will run out of Hollywood, because I'm sure they have the right political opinions, and they'll spin this into this is why we need more control on these things. Well, now we have a confession, in a way, the assistant director falling on his sword. As we saw yesterday, we know who actually put the round in the thing, but the assistant director tells investigators he should have checked things more carefully. He told them he did not look at each individual round in the prop during his safety check last week. Again, why? This is, I get that people are probably thinking, why would I check this? I pay this brightly colored haired female to do this. And that's probably a normal reaction. But nonetheless, the assistant director, David Halls, has now said that he should have checked things more thoroughly after noticing a difference in the rounds. Hall told investigators in an interview that he did not check each individual round in it before handing it back the day the cinematographer, the incident happened. After the event, Halls took it to her and recalled seeing at least 4 dummy casings with the hole on the side and one without the hole. She opened it, according to Hall's interview. The round without the hole did not have the cap on it and was just the casing, according to the warrant. David advised when Hannah showed him the prop before they continued rehearsal, he could only remember seeing 3 of them. The warrant said he advised he should have checked all of them, but didn't, and couldn't recall if she spun the drum. My guess is that They didn't even open the drum to look. Hull said that he is in charge of yelling that it was cold, which indicates that it would be safe. He did announce that it was cold, indicating to everyone on set that it was safe. What's interesting to me, Santa Fe County Sheriff now says on Wednesday, we're going to determine whether we suspect that there were any other live rounds. He said we're going to determine how those got there and why they were there, because they shouldn't have been there. Scrutiny has been raising regarding its experience on set. Again, this is like not even an experience thing. You'd have to be an absolute moron to take one of these props and go target practice with it. She told investigators that no live stuff was ever kept on set, except clearly it was, because they recovered a fanny pack with it. She's lying. It's like there's being a rookie and there's being an absolute idiot. And what it appears like here is someone's just an absolute moron. I'll be curious to see what you say in the comment section down below. Do you think there'll be any charges in this? I know people are probably mostly black-pilled about it, but I'll be curious to hear what you have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.